So, usually I should be in bed by the time I'm recording this, but I caught this while I was watching the Tractor Beam stream, and he brings up this point about it. And honestly, the reason why I wanted to make a video about this is because the shit that he says throughout the entirety of it, it really made me want to make a video about it. And I know it's been forever, so I'm trying to get the hang of things and try to get the swing of it. Before I do start the part of this video though, big ups to Duty for actually getting the part of the clip that I actually needed to get. And also, big ups to Tractor Beam. Both those channels will be linked down in the description. So with that said and done, let's start off with the recording, shall we?
Then on Monday, I returned with Street Fighter 6 Bison on the day stream with the Victrix. And then Monday night, more Riven Remastered.
This is just him going over his schedule. He's talking about him going back to Street Fighter with his new fancy toy that people are speculating that either someone gave it to him with the payment plan, or it could be that Phil just bought it and he just wants to hide behind the alias of a fan giving it to him, a long lifetime fan, which is heavy speculation with that one. And also Riven. I don't really give a shit about his Riven playthrough. It's one of the most boring things that he's ever done in the history of making content.
And then Tuesday, my final consecutive streaming day of the week, it'll be more Elden Ring DLC.
More Elden Ring DLC, aka variety.
Guessing is that's probably gonna be the last stream, or at least the stream where I get to the final boss, whether or not I beat the final boss.
Phil, you already know what the final boss is. You looked up guides about how to beat the bosses, what quote-unquote builds to get. You already know what's coming up.
And Tuesday night, Stardew Valley, and then that is the streaming week.
Yeah, Stardew Valley, where he just calls it a chill night stream where barely anybody attends. He still gets money somehow, and yet people are telling him how to play the game, even though this game has been around since 2016.
Now, moving forward, I don't know if Wednesdays will continue to be my day off or not.
This is the thing that was really confusing for me, and I know I keep pausing it quite a lot, and I do apologize for it. So, he has the scheduled day off to be on Thursdays, but for some reason, he's been doing it for the past few weeks now, where it's consecutively on Wednesdays. He does it like every so often, but for some reason, he has it on Wednesday, which, again, gives into speculation.
I will let you guys know once I know. I know a lot of people say a lot of questions. They want to know what's going on, what's going on. I can't tell you everything going on for privacy reasons.
So people are asking you, what's going on? Is everything okay? And you proceed to say, I can't tell y'all that because it's too personal. Phil, if you keep saying that it's going to be too personal and you can't discuss it, it brings on more questions asked towards you. So you can't avoid it when people are asking, hey, what's going on? Is Cat okay? Jasper okay? You know, catching up on the family.
Because of people who are very, very intrusive and people who have a lot of, they want to be harassing us and my family and everything.
This is just him planting seeds of doubt and also paranoia into his chat due to the fact that he always likes to blame it on detractors for anything that's gone wrong in his life. Doesn't matter if it has something to do with his family or himself. But again, he loves to use the family as a shield for anything that the detractors did, supposedly.
What I can say is a few quick things, okay? There's been a lot of issues this year with health. There's been a lot of issues this year with private stuff going on behind the scenes.
So a lot of people are going to say that it has something to do with Kat's health, and it also has to do something with the divorce lawyer. Again, it's heavy speculation.
And it keeps kind of screwing a lot of stuff up for us, appointments and all kinds of stuff.
Appointments. A lot of people are speculating divorce lawyer. Some people are speculating that it has to do with going to a doctor. Again, heavy speculation. I keep saying that, and I know I keep repeating myself with it, but it creates heavy speculation.
Without saying too much, that's why things are kind of chaotic right now.
Chaotic, but yet for some reason you don't want to talk about it, and that just sparks curiosity from people.
Like, we don't know when our day off will be. We don't know what our schedule is.
Is it due to the fact that Kat doesn't really have a job and she works less hours, and that you make it on Wednesday to spend quality time? You could say as many things as you want to with this, Phil. People are going to speculate what's going on.
It's kind of all over the place, okay? So immediately this person gets banned. This idiot says, DSP has cancer. No, but you're banned from my chat permanently for saying that.
So someone has cancer, then all the goddamn sudden banned. What if they were trying to make a joke about it? Granted, a fucked up joke, but they still made the joke regardless.
Because don't you think that if there was something serious like that I would tell you, right?
If you told people that you had cancer, you would immediately try to do as much grifting as it possibly could to make money out of it for sympathy dollars, pity bucks, guilt tripping, all that shit. It's like you being sick last October and you kept saying that you had COVID. But even though you didn't have COVID, you just had a really bad cold, but yet you kept saying that you had COVID or you might have COVID. Again, putting more seeds of doubt into the fans and also creating a lot of gullible moments for them to give you money out of sympathy.
So you can shut the fuck up and go away and never come back. You immediately got to go to the most dramatic, awful thing because you like drama.
I love the fact that he's calling this person that he banned dramatic, but yet the way that Phil's acting right now, it's heavily fucking dramatic.
Don't come back, okay? Like I said, it's personal things behind the scenes going on. Yes, health is one of them, but there's other things as well.
Personal things. Health is one of them, but I can't talk about it. Too personal.
And because of that, it's been screwing up a lot of stuff in our lives. It's not just me. It's not just my wife. It's both of us that have a stake in this and are affected by it. And it makes it so that it's not consistent. And that sucks because basically what I would like to do is have consistency and have safety and have a routine and have all of that. And for the most part, I've had that.
Phil, you constantly have the thing of routine. Anything that actually dampers your routine, you freak the fuck out and you're confused. But yeah, he wants to say there's consistency. With you begging, sure, you're always consistent by asking for support and asking people to give you money. And if you don't hit that tips goal, you'll constantly go back and remind them to give you money. And if you don't hit that, at the very end of the stream, you yell at your chat and tell them that's their fault you didn't get that money that you supposedly deserve, in quotes.
And now things are kind of getting shaken up, and there's nothing I can really do about it. In life, that's one of the worst things for me anyway, is when you're in a situation where it's a bad situation or not an ideal situation, and it doesn't matter what you do, you can't really do anything to change it. You don't really have power over it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Phil, this is where I'm going to remind you about the serenity prayer, which is, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to do the best that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The serenity prayer is heavily implied when it comes to life, because there are some things that you can't control, but you have to learn to accept the things that you can't change, which is something that you are not very capable of doing.
I hate that in life. And the older I get, that's what happens more often.
Phil, stop saying that the older you get, the more frequent that it happens. C'est la vie, Phil. Such is life. Welcome to being an adult. There are some things that you can't change, but yet every single time you'll just make up excuses for why things can't be changed. Whether it be drama, detractors, what have you. The unique factors that's going on in your life. But anything that's personal, you don't want to talk about it.
It sucks, right? And that's the situation that we're in right now, right? When you ask things like, why haven't Phil and Kat done that co-op of Beyond Two Souls that was promised to us, which, by the way, wasn't promised, but...
So you kept hyping it up that you and Kat were going to do Beyond Two Souls and that you were going to switch the controllers back and forth playing the fucking game. You kept gassing it up, hyping it up, so that people could come in, see Kat, and give you money. You kept promising it, Phil. This is a retcon in motion right now.
When it was promised to us months ago, this is one of the reasons why.
And also, another thing, nobody in this chat said anything about the co-op with him and Kat. He just threw that in there because why the fuck not?
Because our schedule's not consistent, because our health isn't consistent, and
our health is not consistent. I wonder why he said that our health is not consistent with him and Kat. I mean, it is possible that due to the fact that you ruined Kat's body by making her fat to the point where she can barely walk around, so it has to do with something that her health is being affected. But you want to say our health, like a pregnancy. Like, you know how the whole thing, someone's pregnant in the relationship, you say, we're pregnant. You're trying to say that, oh, our health struggles. Our health is affected, guys. Feel sorry for us and our health.
You're not going to do that kind of stuff until it's solidified. What's the point of trying to force one stream and then you don't know when you can do the next one, or the stream ends up being shitty? There's no point.
But again, you want to bring up the whole thing about the co-op stream. You tried doing that with Dondoko Island, and it turned out to be a complete disaster. You tried doing that with the Q&A, and again, turned out to be a complete fucking disaster. But you keep hiding in denial by saying that, look how much fun we're having in the first stream that we did. But then when people see the second stream that y'all did, no one's having fun, and both of you look incredibly fucking awkward to be close to each other.
So you got to understand that, and I hope you'll be understanding of that. And I'm sorry that I can't be more consistent with my scheduling. I wish I could be. I wish that we could have scheduled the co-op. You know, it is what it is. It's life.
Yeah, it's life, Phil, but yet you're bringing that onto your audience. Your problems to your audience is not a good thing. Never, ever put your problems onto the audience because they don't deserve it. When they're watching a stream, they're trying to get away from their own problems. They're watching someone that they deem to be entertaining. But if someone that they deem to be entertaining is throwing their problems onto the audience, it's not a good sign. Also, the whole thing with consistency, though, you love to talk about how the schedule is consistent, but you could change it at any fucking point in the fucking timelines or the schedules, just due to the fact that if something comes up and you feel like it could save the business, you'll just cut off immediately what you're going to do on the schedule and just shove it in there, thinking that people will tune in.
Dealing with it here behind the scenes, and please be understanding of it. A lot of people won't hear this clip, and then they're going to still come and pester and ask, why is he not here on the same days? Why doesn't he do the co-op? Listen, it's all right. I'm not going to get angry about that.
Really, Phil, you're not really angry about it, but the way that you're freaking out about it, it shows that you're irritated, annoyed by it. Every single time that someone asks you a question of what's going on behind the scenes, you get pissy about it.
All right? But of course, again, there's the people on the internet who want to over-dramatize everything, who want to turn everything into fucking, you know, something for their own personal benefit because they love drama. They're a bunch of fucking rumor mongers.
Phil, that is you. You're projecting what you do onto your detractors or anyone that watches your content. That's what you're doing right now. Try again, Phil.
What's the latest buzz? What's the latest drama news that you've heard, right?
Huh, that sounds a lot like what you just did with that, Phil. Didn't you do that with Dr. Disrespect? And then he just takes a sip of his cherry gin water.
Gossip, gossip, gossip.
Uh-huh. Yet you're the one that constantly creates the drama out of your own mouth.
Well, gossip this, bitches. I'm not telling you anything because you don't deserve to know.
This is the one phrase that you should not have said, Phil. This is definitely one of those times where you shouldn't have said this because it's going to create a lot of more speculation and it's just going to make people constantly pester you about it. So what you just did, not only did you give them the keys, but you essentially just put a sign on their door that says, hey, come fuck with me about my personal issues.
Maybe if there were people out there who were actually nice and could handle news, then maybe I would actually tell you everything that's going on, but I know that they can't.
This is, again, projection coming from you. Anything that has to deal with news, you don't know how to handle it or how to give the news, and you expect people to give you money out of pity.
No, I'm not going to tell you everything going on. It's just life.
We get it. It's life. We get it. You're not going to talk about the personal shit while you want to talk about personal shit and yell at your audience for not trying to discuss it with you any further.
FYI, yes, this week, Wednesday again is my day off. I have no clue if Wednesday will be my day off again next week.
Who is it really going to say if the Wednesday is going to be your day off? You or Kat?
I have no clue what's going on with the co-op. I just have no clue.
You never have a clue about anything, Phil, but yet you want to feign intelligence by pretending that you know everything, when in reality, you know nothing.
Okay? That's life. I will let you know when I know anything further. Okay?
And when you do so, Phil, you're just going to sit there and just gas it up that something's going to happen. But yet again, you'll just say that, nope, we can't do that. Our schedules don't align together and we just can't do it. So that was the clip that I wanted to get a part of it, though, because that right there is just pure Phil, due to the fact that he'll just say that something's going on in his personal life and he doesn't want people to know about it, but people are still going to ask him, he's getting annoyed with it. And the way that he just did that phrasing of, you don't deserve to know, is one of those things where it's, how can people watch him and actually enjoy his content and enjoy his company? He seems like the kind of person that will just feign drama and just pretend that, oh, everything's bad. Hey, what's wrong? I can't tell you. It's too personal. It's too dramatic. Why? You just said that something's going on. We want to know. Nope, can't talk about it or else you're banned. Just throwing out ban hammers all over the place. It's just so bad. This whole thing was just bad at all. It's just terrible. It's just bad. Man, this was like insomniac thoughts right now. I should have been in bed by doing this, but I felt like I had to make this. I'm so sorry that y'all had to deal with the ramblings of what happened. So, again, big ups to Duty for clipping this, and also big ups to Detractor Beam for giving me the inspiration to actually make this. So yeah, again, I'll link their channels down below, so yeah, go check them out. They're great. And support everyone in the Detractor community. Just support them. But other than that, this is a Vega, and I'm going to bed.